Hey guys, this is Bill from Fantasy Labs looking at our new League of Legends model. Um, I have loaded the League of Legends slate for May 5th, 2020. I pulled it up for DraftKings. We support both DraftKings and FanDuel for League of Legends. As you can see, we support a simple model for League of Legends, meaning you have access to our median, ceiling, and floor projections, along with a points per salary stat, which is basically the median projection in relation to the player's salary. You can, of course, switch between the various positions along the top here, and we still have the single lineup optimizer towards the left of the screen. Again, per DraftKings community guidelines, you'll be required to lock in 2 players before optimizing. If you've used our product for a while, you'll notice a few new icons here. The fire and snowflake icons to the left of a player's name in the models grid. Previously, you could lock in a player or exclude a player, which would either, if you locked a player, it would include that player in 100% of your lineups. If you excluded that player, you would not get that player at all. The fire and snowflake icons will let you add more exposure or decrease the level of exposure to this player. So it's a little bit of an in-between state between the lock and exclude. For stacks, this is similar to what we offer in NHL and MLB. You can optimize top stacks by projected points, and you can load these directly into the optimizer. Looks like the top 3-person stack on this slate is from Mousesports, and then I could optimize around this stack. Coming into multi-lineups, this is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time if you're someone who plays GPPs. You can generate lineups with just out-of-the-box settings, but you'll probably want to mess around with the settings. And here you can specify exactly how many players per position you're going to include in your lineup. If you want to set any kind of restrictions, you can do that in here. You can limit by salary and player exposure. On the Team tab, this is where you can add stacks. You could build in such a way that you're including 2 players from Team A, 2 players from Team B, or you could say, I want to include 3 players from any of these 3 teams. You can do all that stuff within the Teams tab here. Under Position Rules, this is where you can set correlation on a more individual level. So let's pair a captain jungler with at least 1 player of these positions from the same team, or you could do from the opponent from the same game. So you can get really specific with these types of custom rules. And simply, if you click Add Filter, you can even get more specific here. So let's say where the captain's projected points is greater than, we'll just put some number in here. So what we're saying now is pair a captain jungler whose projection is over 40 with at least 1 player of these 4 positions from the same team. You can do a similar thing on a player level here. Let's say I want to create a rule around Deadly. So when lineups include Deadly, include at least 1 of, and we'll scroll down past the captains. We'll just add a few players here. So this rule is saying whenever a lineup includes Deadly at the captain spot, it must also include at least 1 of from this list of players. And finally, custom rules. This is a similar idea. But let's say we want to focus on ceiling this time. We could include at least 2 players from a variety of positions where the ceiling is greater than 50. And then once I save that, if I leave any of these rules active, the next time I generate lineups, they're going to abide by the rules that we've set. Once you're ready to save lineups, you'll go ahead and click the Save Lineups button. That's going to bring you over to My Lineups and Entries. This is going to look similar to our other models where you can download your lineup by CSV, and you can also directly edit your entries. If you're unfamiliar with those processes, be sure to check out our tutorial on My Lineups and My Entries.